Oh, there we go. Hello, hello, hello. Adam, Ade.
Hey, what's
Yes,
going
I'm
on?
here. How are you?
Hey, how are you, man?
Good.
Good. So,
Yeah, I'm all right.
I was actually live, but I was on mute, and I was calling you guys names, but I couldn't
Good.
hear you guys.
Uh,
Yeah. Good good day, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the show, Pitch Points, with in collaboration with True City Fan TV and our good friends, Adam and Ade. Welcome, man.
thank you.
I have my lucky cup with me right. Anytime I drink from this cup, we tend to win. So I have my lucky cup of tea
It's
here.
good. I got my lucky shirt on too, so we're good.
Okay, let's see who's online. We have Katuta. Katuta says, no, not
Not
late
late
this
this
time.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
I think
early.
he's in India. Where are you, Katuta? Let us know where you are. Are you in Africa? Are you in India? Where are you? Are you in East Africa? Are you in China and Australia? Let us know where you are. Let's see who else is going to join us online. I know we have Vader's going to join us in a minute, but we want to just
Okay.
really quick and get to the point. How are you today, man? How do you feel today, Ade?
I feel great. I feel great. Took a little time so I can be on the show. Got my little background behind me. We are
Absolutely.
citizens.
Yeah.
So
We it's lunchtime here, so I'm taking a lunch break as well to
yeah.
be on the show. Ada, what about you? How's Manchester or London?
That is all right. I'm in London.
And happy Eid, Adam. Happy Eid. Hope you're
Yeah, thank
celebrating.
you very much. Cheers.
Mm. So let's start with Pep's press conference. So there are three things we'll talk about today. We'll talk about Pep's press conference. We'll talk about the keys to the game tomorrow, the strengths of each team, and then we'll do a lineup prediction, what we think is going to happen in the lineup. And that's really the three things we're going to talk about. Ade and Ad, is there anything else you want to talk about apart from those three things? The press conference, the strengths and weaknesses of the game, and then the lineup. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, that sounds about right.
Okay. So I watched I watched Kevin's press conference and Pep's press conference today, and I thought it was really interesting. With Kevin, they asked Kevin the usual question around, is this Champions League more important to the players than the Premier League? And he said, look, every game is important. That he wants to win the Champions League, but that shouldn't. The fact if he doesn't win it shouldn't negate the fact that he's done well all his career, and the players feel the same way as well. Which I kind of like, but they keep asking that question, right? And I wish, they asked the question, would it be a disappointment if they don't win it? How would they feel? I wish he had said, look, even if we win it, you guys would say it's not enough. So, but he won't say that.
Yeah.
They also asked him about Jesus and the ball that he gave to Jesus, the penalty he gave to Jesus when Jesus scored the penalty in the game. I believe it was against whatever team, Watford. Was it Watford or whatever team it was? And he said, look, Jesus needs the goals. I don't care about goals. He needs the goals. And so I gave him the ball because it's good for his confidence. But Kevin seems to be living up to that captaincy role, right? Do you think he's going to be captain next year when Fernandinho goes?
Yeah, I think it's very likely. I mean, I don't see who else you can put in that role. It has to be him. So
Hmm.
he's earned it. So I think it's him.
He has. And then Pep's press conference, couple of things. Pep said Kyle will travel and we will decide on him tomorrow. Now, how did you guys feel, Adi and Adam, when you saw the clip of Kyle Walker training today with the lads? Adam, I'll start
Uh,
with you, and Adi, you can answer that question.
That for me, it was a big relief knowing that he's back, and I was confident that he would be back for the second leg. The first leg, maybe not, but the second leg, I was 100% sure that he would be back for it because he was wearing the medical boots, but not with crutches. So in a sense, and you could also see him putting pressure on the boot. That indicated to me, you know what? It's not of a serious injury.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we talked about this, right? And there was a lot of the discussion around Kyle Walker and he's out for the season. And we said, look, the fact that he has a boot on and he left the field without crutches means that, okay, it's not as bad as we thought it was going to be. The boot is supposed to help the ankle stay in place so he doesn't re-injure it. And the fact that he was off the boot in a couple of days means that he's on the way to recovery. But the media, Kyle's out, he's going to be out he's going to be out for a long time, et cetera, et cetera. And here we are today. Welcome, G Certified. Welcome, Veta. Good to have you on the channel today. Katuta says he has a lineup, but he's from Namibia. Thanks for joining the show. It's probably like what, 7 o'clock in Namibia right now, or 5 o'clock. So welcome. Patrick is at work, so he can't join us. We have Certified. We have Vader. Guys, I'm sorry, Ade. First of all, you seen Walker today. How do you feel, Ade? And I'll call you Vader going next, and then Certified go next. How do you feel seeing?
It's a big relief. It's a big relief seeing Walker in the lineup, especially kicking the ball. I was just watching for his movement, seeing if he was, favoring the leg a little bit, but he didn't seem to be. So it's really good for us. I think it's a good way the like Pep and his team were able to keep this news in check and not leak it out to the press in time. It kind of disrupts a little bit of what Real Madrid are going to try to do. So the news that Walker is back, he probably won't start the game, just seeing that he's just back. So, but at least he's there and can come in maybe in the second half or something, or if the game is not going a certain way defensively, then you bring him in. But it's huge. It changes what Real Madrid's plans are. So it's real huge. It's big news.
Vader, I mean, thinking about all things being equal, by the grace of, by grace we get to the final, and by hard work. I mean, this kind of sends a message towards the final game in Paris, if we get there, right? That Walker is available to play, right? I mean, how did you feel when you saw the video in the lineup, or the?
I love seeing the video. All the speculation on whether he was gone for the entire season. I'm like yourself. I like to wait until things are officially said by the club. Let's not be so reactionary to whoever may post this basically post it on Twitter or in the spaces, right? So it was great to see. I was also very conservative. I'm like, okay, he's showing that he's working out. He's back with the training team. He's going to travel. But to say he's now, after everything being held so hush hush, to then be injected into the starting 11, I'm not too sure about that. But it's great to see him moving around and at least kicking ball with the team.
Certified, welcome, bro. How are you? I know you're down there in Manchester, or you're in London. I know you're feeling all the heat from the rival fans. What was the reaction from rival fans when they heard Saul Walker running around the field kicking the ball?
Yeah, well, first of all, can you guys hear me? Is it all
Loud
good?
and clear.
Yeah, man. Anyway, big up, guys, man. Yeah, man. The reaction when they see Walker was just obviously, they were a little bit like, I didn't really know what to expect, because we're all really surprised. Will Pep risk it? I think if Walker's not 100% fit, I don't know if people don't know if he's gonna risk it tomorrow. But seeing him back in general, that obviously I think that's a massive factor. Like sometimes they feel like new signings when players come back from injury after such a while, and I think that having Diaz come back, then him, then hopefully Stones, then Ake is all right. I think that's going to be really good for the team. But man, it's good to have Kyle Skywalker back, man. I'm telling you, that guy, man, we missed him. We missed that guy, man, a lot, man, the past few games. So
yeah,
man,
I remember Patrick and I were sparring about this a couple of days ago. We said he actually showed a picture of Kyle taking the piss outside the club, and we're talking about the fact that he's okay. He's going to be back, probably not for Leeds, but he'll be back for Madrid. Adam, you see that picture of Kyle taking the piss by I think a bar or a club? Oh, he's not there. But Certified, did you see that picture of?
Oh yeah. I seen that. I was what's Walker doing, man? Like, the English press, man. English press so crazy, man. They're on your doorstep. Like, I don't know who took the picture of that, but like, why would you take a picture of a man trying to do his business there, anyways? You know what I mean? So, and I felt bad for Walker there, but nah, listen, he can get away with it, man. Listen, if it was anyone else, man, if it wasn't any footballers that footballers can get away with this stuff. So if he gets a win in the Burnabout, we'll forget about the piss on the wall, man. We can forgive him for that.
Yeah, we do know, Adam and Ade, that Stones is out, because Pep confirmed that Stones is out for this game at least. Is that a big blow, or is the fact that Walker available compensation for that? I mean, what do you think? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it depends on how healthy Ake is. That Stone's absence would be significant if Ake is really not healthy. So if Ake's healthy, I think we're good. I think Ake can deputize in left back, and Zinni is not that bad. Zinchenko is not that bad in left back. But I think the lineup is, the fullbacks are going to be Cancelo. I think maybe Ake starts, and then maybe Walker comes in later. So I don't think we miss Stones that much. Oh, God willing, we don't get like an injury to one of our center backs,
Yeah.
Laporta and Diaz. But I think we'll be fine.
So let's talk about the game tomorrow itself. I mean, Real Madrid's strengths. I mean, what are the things that we have to look out for from Real Madrid? When we watched the first game, we saw what happened with Benzema and Vinicius and everybody else. What do we have to look out for? Alaba's out; he's injured. I think Casemiro is going to be back. He's probably going to play his defensive midfield position, which means Kroos is going to be free. What are their strengths and their weaknesses, and how do we attack them based on what you guys saw? Let's start with Vader, then Adam, certified, and then Ade.
I don't know how true this is, but I think Alaba might be on the squad. But whether he's there or not, I think really what we're gonna have to focus on is obviously loss of possession. I think they're going to play not much different than what they did on the first leg, but I think we just have to make sure that we're dialed in the moments of losing possession as opposed to a scoring attempt and now they have possession and possibly counter. I think we're going to be dialed in there, but if there's the final third, maybe we lose a possession or we lose it in the midfield, I think it's just of the defenders being dialed in and knowing where Vinicius is, as well as keeping track of Benzema. But other than that, I think they don't have many areas of really punishing us. Set pieces is another thing to talk about, but in the run of play, I think those are the two things we need to be focused on.
I think one of the things we talked about in the first leg, and certified, this is for you too, is the way Madrid scored most of the goals, even against Chelsea, were from crosses from the flanks. So you think about Vinicius crossing the ball for Benzema to head. You think about Rodrigo from the right crossing the ball. I mean, we don't know who the fullbacks are going to be, whether it's Cancelo or Zinni, but how do we negate that? What do we have to do to stop that from occurring, those crosses in against us?
I think oh, no, Ade, you good?
No, is it me or are you?
Yeah,
Is Adam going first? Oh, okay, I'll go. So yeah, I agree with Beta 100%. I think I've really thought about this game a lot, more so than I needed to be doing because I'm not a manager for the team. But we have to go out there and we don't have to play our typical game. And what I mean by that is we don't have to keep pressing to try to score. We know what their strengths are. Their strengths are once they get the ball, they want to get it to Vinicius, or was it Mendy the last time they played? And they want to get the run in because those guys have speed. I don't know if you play Rodrigo in this game because you need speed. I don't know if Rodrigo is faster than Mendy because Mendy was giving us problems on the flanks. So you need those guys on the speed route just to run down and get crosses in the box, like you said. So when in transition, and Veda is right on this, when we lose the ball, it's gonna happen. And I hate it when we blame the player like, oh, he lost the ball. They're human beings, they're gonna lose the ball sometimes. But when you lose the ball, you just have to be mindful of, okay, they're going to spring the attack on the flanks. So if we have Walker or whoever back there, they just gotta be cognizant of that I don't have to play so high up running into the box 18 to try to get a goal. Because when they get the ball, they're gonna go to the flank and they're gonna run down. You're not really afraid of Benzema's speed. You're more afraid of Benzema's experience and how he can get in front of a defender or behind the defender. So it's not a speed issue with Benzema. The only speed is on the flanks. And if you control the midfield, which I think we will do, you're not really scared of Casemiro and Madrid and who's in the middle because it's an even battle in the middle. But it's just those flanks you got to be aware of.
Absolutely. And Adam is certified. Welcome, Michael. Michael's again another contributor to the channel. Michael's always. We're supposed to be in Houston with Michael or Texas. Michael, when City go there. Hopefully, I can be there. If not, maybe you guys can. Ade, maybe you guys can go down. When we look at the first game itself, how scared are you of wasted chances? I.e., 1v1 against them, we waste our chances. How concerned are you, certified and Adam, with that? And I'll come to you, Michael, with a question.
Yeah, for me, man, I just think the last time the finishing isn't what scared me the most, even though if Foden scores, it probably would have been game over at 3-0, and if Morris did squared it or whatever. But for me, it was the passing from the back. I hadn't seen us that nervous playing out the back in a long, long time. We're giving away the ball. It felt like, when we'd go to Anfield and for the first couple of minutes and would get pressed and heavily. That's how I felt in that. I sometimes watching that Real. So a draw will do for tomorrow. That literally draw, that's the only result probably till the end of the season where a draw would be a good result. Get a draw, we're through to the final. We'll concentrate on the league, try and get that sorted, then go into the final. But for me, it's just I'm confident with Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo. We will be clinical tomorrow. I do think De Bruyne will. 100% he's fit as well. He rested against Leeds, so did Morris. So I think there will be more clinical. But if they are not clinical, with Benzema on the pitch, especially what he did the last time for his first goal, it could be bad. Like, he only needs half a chance. So they need to watch Benzema because he's deadly up front.
Adam, anything you want to add to that, Adam? If you're there?
No, I would say not annoyed, but I would say I was frustrated in some sense where we could have just made it simple by, say, like Riyad Mahrez simply just making it simple where he could have easily just, if you can clearly see your teammate is in a better position than you, just make it simple, pass the ball. If you know that you're in a position where you're not sure whether you're gonna score it or not, yeah, your best option is square it to my teammate whom is in a better position than me, and then let him take the chance. That's the only reason I'll say that with the first leg, where in a sense I was more frustrated with some of the decisions that some of the players made, especially Riyad Mahrez. Like you can see your teammate in a better position, and you decide to make the wrong decision, which in a sense, it was better off you passing to your teammate, which could have led to a goal, and then you chose the wrong decision.
Yeah, absolutely. Mikey, this is our friend Ricky. The big question, and I thought about this last night, is can Madrid outscore us? Is the answer. The answer is simple. They can't, especially not with the actual defenders playing that style. This, for me, I think, Mikey, is the key, right? Can they outscore us? And,
I don't think so, to be honest with you.
Back and forth.
No.
And Mikey, to come to you, when we watch the Leeds game, do you think we learned anything that can help us in the game against Madrid? The way that Leeds were pressing high, the energy were running in, the pressure with the stadium, the atmosphere. Because those who were at the stadium said it was a really raucous atmosphere. It was pressure. There was a lot of tackles, hard tackles. And we still came out 4-0. Is that going to help us tomorrow, Mikey? And what do you think about Ricky's thought about outscoring them?
Yeah, I'm never concerned about this current City team scoring. Talking about missed chance, listen, Manchester City create enough chance to score 1 million goals, okay? And that's fine. Missed chance shouldn't even be in any statement or question we ask because we already know we don't have the serial finisher. But okay, we still do score. Okay, so I'm not even concerned about that. The thing is, for us going to Madrid tomorrow, listen, our team is built and designed to play any pressing team. Okay, some team press really good, and we got to give it to them. Like I think Madrid trained how to press City coming into the semifinal. You know what I mean? Liverpool is a good pressing team because I saw. Get certified talk about that. So okay, with that off the board, the fact that we don't have a striker, we don't have that recognized striker like Benzema, we still create enough punch in attack, and our moistures in midfield and our defensive capability to play it from the back will be enough for us to see Madrid off. I'm not concerned about tomorrow. I know tomorrow going to be ecstasy. The game going to be high. I'm looking for goals. I'm not even surprised if we have the same goal result 4-3 as in the last leg. You know what I mean? At this point, I'm not, listen, this is the UCL semifinal. I'm not here to talk about if we concede 3. Our job is to score 5. Okay? I want to see a good game, back-to-back, end-to-end stuff. Maybe the guy shouldn't concede 3. Okay, that's fine. But at this level, In this game, I'm not concerned about that. I don't care if they score 6 tomorrow. If they score 6, we're supposed to score 7. Okay?
Right.
Our job is to get through, go through, and get to the final. So pertaining to that, man, do we have defensive issues? I don't think so. I think our team is very solid. But we got to understand the level of the game we're playing and the magnitude of the game. We cannot expect City to keep a clean sheet in this leg. It's impossible. Against arguably the most lethal striker in Europe. Come on. Man,
that goes to Ricky's point about outscoring them. Before we go to the lineup, we'll do the lineup in a minute. Everybody will talk about the lineup. I'll pull it up. And Adi, if you don't mind, you can see the screen, the comments, just talk about the comments. But question for you guys, would a 0-0 score tomorrow be more impressive than a 5-0 tomorrow? Would a 0-0
or 5-5?
Would a 0-0 score be more impressed with a 0-0 score more than a 5-0 score tomorrow?
No. And I say this because of the magnitude of the game. This is the semi-final of the Champions League. Ain't no 0-0 supposed to happen in no match. Okay? This the round of 16 you talk about 0-0. At this game, you're supposed to come to play attacking football. Not this concert with it, how the team is set up and the quality of players they have. Man, send the guys up to go hit that net. Like, like put on a show. Like at this level, I'm not. Man, I'm sorry. This is just my point of view for the game tomorrow.
Adi, how do you feel? I mean, again, this question of 0-0 versus 5-0, which one would you prefer? I mean, we know the pressure, right?
I'll take 0-0. I'm not like my buddy over here, Mike. I don't want to see 6-6 or 7-6. No, I don't want to see none of that. If I saw 0-0, I would be like, shake their hands, good job. You know what I mean? But if we're really analyzing the game, I think Madrid is going to get chances. Their chances are going to come off the usual. Maybe a set piece that drops. They're trying to clear the ball. They don't clear it right. It falls to Benzema. He scores. I don't want the threat because the thing is there's too much pressure. You're playing in Madrid. It's a big game. You're playing in Madrid. Their crowd is going to be behind them. It's going to be even crazier than Atletico Madrid was. So that pressure comes if they score an early goal and then, the guys are kind of looking like, oh, man, here we go again. Because they need to beat us by 2 clear goals to move on, which is 2-0 or 3-1 to move on completely, not penalties.
Yeah.
They need to beat us by a goal difference to go to penalties. So knowing that and knowing how we play, I think we'll get enough chances to beat them. Will they score? I think they probably will score. But if the game ends a tie or, we beat them by 1 goal, I won't be too surprised because I don't think we're going to go out there and say, hey, guys, just go out there guns blazing. If Pep does that, I might have to question his mentality. It might be a little crazy.
Certified 0-0 or 5-0, and then Adam and then Vader, real quick before we go to the lineup.
So 5-0. So the 5-0 against Lisbon, are we talking about, or just 5-0 against Madrid?
Would you rather have a 0-0 tomorrow or a 5-0? Which would satisfy you more?
Oh, if it's tomorrow, man, it would definitely be the 5-0, man, because those goals would help the players in the Premier League. You know what I mean? Now, imagine Newcastle next. We've just scored 5. Now the team will be like, even though like all the other teams we're gonna be playing against in the league play low blocks, it would be like, okay, we can score goals now, so maybe we can score and actually win games by 5s and 4s again. So I definitely take a 5-0. But if it's for just rivals, we all know the rivals, man. If we're getting 0-0, man, or even a 5-0, be honest, just to inject it, man, it's gonna be a good day, man. As long as we win, it's a good day.
Is either y'all have a lot of faith in Edison, or y'all just have a lot of faith in the team. Edison cannot keep no clean sheet.
To be fair, Edison tried that. He tried in that game against Leeds, Mikey.
Huh?
To be fair, Edison,
it's Leeds. It's Leeds.
Oh, fair enough. Vader and then Adam, real quick before we go to the lineup.
They tell us that the Champions League is the largest stage, right?
Yeah.
They tell us that this is where you establish your heritage. This is where you establish your European royalty. It's what this thing's all about. If we go out there and do a 0-0 versus do a 5-0, the shockwaves of a 5-0 will ripple across the entire football world, right? And the repeat of showing goal after goal or highlight after highlight, think about the highlights that they're going to show for a 0-0. The possible defensive stops and missed chances. No. I want 5 goals slapped on Real Madrid, because all I've been hearing for the last 2 weeks, actually longer than that, ever since they were part of the path, was that we're just not built to play against them. They have the heritage, they have the history. Right. So to be able to put 5 past them, I'll take that every day. I'll take that every day.
Absolutely. Adam.
Yeah, for me, I preferably want the 5-0. Because you know what I've realized about these Madrid fans is when we score an early goal, the fan, they tend to turn on the players. Yeah, they tend to get on the players' back. So if say we get the goals early, you could see the Real Madrid fans in the stadium beginning to turn on the players. Yeah, and we could use that in a sense, to our advantage. So in a sense, you could use them basically as like the 12th man, basically.
Okay, cool. So let's do this. Thanks, Adam. I'm gonna share my screen, and then we're going to do lineup. And when we do the lineup, let me know if you can see my screen, guys, real quick. Let me know if you can see it.
Oh yeah, we see it.
Okay, great. So, and if we have comments there, just maybe Mikey or Ade, just call out the comments.
Oh yeah, we have some comments. McLovin says 0-0 is a masterclass. I agree with you, McLovin. I'm not with all these guys that want to score 700 million goals. It is a masterclass. I agree with him 1,000%.
So that
Patrick Capu says, I don't put it past City to hold 90% possession and kill the time. Right about that. Patrick also says back-to-back Golden Gloves, too shy of Allison. You're still talking down on Eddie. Yeah, I agree. Eddie's right behind Allison on clean sheet, so he's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's talk about the lineup. And what we want to do is, I want to start different this time. I want us to look at areas where we know are going to be set. For example, we know the goalkeeper, right, is going to be Edison. Do we all agree?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we know Edison is going to be the keeper. And then what I want us to do is do the midfield after that, because I think that's pretty straightforward for us to guess. In the midfield, who's going to number 6? Is it going to be Fernandinho, or is it going to be
Rodri?
Right? It's
Rodri.
not going to be Gundogan, right? Like Champions last year. Okay.
No.
So the 2 number 8s, who do we have here? Who
Bernardo and KDB.
Bernardo.
Okay. So Kevin will be Kevin. KDB. Okay. And then our good boy Bernardo, who loves the big games. I think he's going to have a masterclass tomorrow. I just have this feeling in my bones that Bernardo's going to run Modric and Kroos ragged tomorrow. Okay, so we have
100%.
We have the 3. Let's talk about center backs next. Pretty obvious. I think who we're going to get.
Laporte.
Yeah, that's easy.
2 Warriors.
How good was Laporte, by the way, against Leeds United? I mean, how good was he?
No, he stepped up big time.
Excellent.
Fearless.
I thought he was going to go off with a concussion, but he made it back.
I mean, we kind of know who the right back is going to be, if we're being honest.
Who's the right back going to be?
It's Cancelo.
Cancelo.
You think
Cancelo.
Adam, you said Walker?
Cancelo.
Walker's not going to start.
I don't think so.
Walker won't start.
Why won't Walker
get 30 minutes?
Why won't Walker start?
He's not fit enough.
You can't bring a guy coming back from injury in a high pressure game like that.
He trained, but he's not fit enough. All right, you
actually want him to come in later when Vinicius is worn down a little bit.
But no, but what is to say that Kai Walker has been training by himself all this whole time, and we just didn't know about it, that he's been training indoor by himself, so he probably has the fitness already. But
Adam, don't know about Adam, you saw with Stones, we had to take Stones off after 30 minutes because he wasn't match ready, and then we had to put on Fernandinho. Cancelo is fit. Pep is smart. Pep ain't gonna overthink this like 2-3 seasons ago.
Let me ask a question to you guys, and maybe do some research. Maybe Vader can do some research for us, right? Has there been precedents where Walker's been out for a while and come straight back in for a game?
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, out due to injury, I don't believe so. Out due to suspension, we've lived through it this season. He was actually out and couldn't play, but came right back into playing for us. I'm trying to think of past seasons. I think he's had a few knocks, and as soon as he was available, Pep put him back in. Yeah. I just think that we've got substitutions that we need to properly manage, and if we're going to be extra cautious, and the reason why I think we can afford to be extra cautious, and don't take me as arrogant or overconfident, but how we played against them on the first leg is why I think even the upgrade with Cancelo is enough, and why we could afford to have Cancelo and have Zinchenko. Because again, Zinchenko, and I'm knocking on wood here, Zinchenko did his thing. Yes, there was an amazing cross and effort by Benzema to get that goal, but in terms
Yeah.
of how he was managing that side of the field,
Excellent.
I was confident with what he was doing, and
Technical
he
brilliance
repeated
on the ball.
100%, and he repeated that with matches after that in the EPL. Now we have Cancelo, better spatial awareness, obviously quicker than Fernandinho, and then possession-wise, he's going to dictate and force Real Madrid to have somewhat to worry about when we do have possession. So if we're now up, we want to game manage and possibly bring on Walker to manage the pace and counter anything that they may want to do along that wing. Yes, but I'll be honest with you. I'd be surprised if Walker started. I would be surprised if he started.
Yeah, me too.
The season is long. Very important. Every game is important. He won't start.
So here's a question for you guys. So let's put Cancelo right there. And Certified and Ade, let's think about it. So if Cancelo is going to be there, do we place somebody here on the right side to cover for him in case he loses the ball? Like sometimes he does.
For me, it has to be Gabriel Jesus. Personally.
What do you guys think?
On the right wing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd put Mahrez on the right wing, Jesus up front. I think we need a central kind of number 9 figure tomorrow night. So I definitely think Mahrez on the right wing. We need him, man, because I feel like
Mahrez is not good tracking back.
The problem
That's my problem with Mahrez.
Yeah,
but we've got Bernardo Silva. If you've watched, we've all watched the City games this season, and we all know, we might have, maybe not everyone, but if you notice that Bernardo sits with Rodri when we go forward. So I think that I know Cancelo can be
but
a liability.
I don't think I've ever seen Bernardo chasing somebody on the flanks down. I think it's a different role when you're in the middle and you're worried about people coming down the middle. But that flank, is going to be one of the fastest guys on the field. Vinicius there. I'm not expecting Bernardo. If we're in the third of their half and we lose the ball. That's what we're talking about, right? We're in the third, we lose the ball. They break out quickly. They find that one pass to the flank. And now you have Vinicius running down the flank, and maybe Cancelo's trying to catch up with him. Bernardo trying to catch up to those two right there, I don't think that works out.
Yeah, I agree. But if we're going to think like Pep is going to be thinking, I'm putting the pressure on you offensively to negate what you may do against me.
Correct.
So if
Pep
we're
is not analyzing the game from losing the ball. No.
Right. And if we're in there,
and that's what hurts us most times when we lose. That's what hurts us, though.
Well, with us and even with Liverpool, if you're going to try to get at us, it's because of how much we press you, and you're going to try to get a counter.
Correct.
But again, we're not going to change how we play. We're still going to force them down as much as we can and look to create chances. The reason why I agree with these guys with regards to Mahrez is, again, because of that early success in that game. Whatever they were doing in the training sessions, whatever Pep was telling them, guys, when we play, we're going to do this, they're going to do that. Then we're going to do this, then we're going to do that. And all the plays that we were running was like they were already drawn up. So I think Mahrez is going to start again because of what he's going to be able to maybe whip across or even dance a little bit and allow the midfield to maybe creep up and get into the 18-yard box. And we now have a quote unquote, we now have a man that's hot in Jesus, where maybe instead of some of those chances being aerially, maybe we're trying to maybe get some things to ground to Jesus a little bit.
But Vader, okay, just real quick, and I'll drop this. But if we're going by your logic here that who's better on, Jesus is actually better on the flank because he puts the most pressure on the team.
But who do we lose in the middle? Yeah, but who are we going to put in the middle?
The middle is fluent for City. You can put Dumbledore or Big Bird in the middle. It doesn't matter. Like, we don't really worry because that row, Kevin De Bruyne is there sometimes, Bernardo's there. We don't really worry about who's in the middle. It's that flank. And I think Jesus puts the most pressure on their team because of his ability to dribble past you. He's quicker and he tracks back. But either way, I don't think we go wrong. But I think
let me ask the question, guys. Let's go by what we know has happened in the past. This is for the panel, right? Certified Adam, everybody. In the big away games, Liverpool, Chelsea away, which are the big games away, Paris away, or maybe not Paris as much. Yeah, Paris away. Where has Pep played Jesus normally? So against Chelsea away and Liverpool away, he played him on the right, correct? He dropped
On the
him.
right.
You know?
Yeah, but Carl, if you check the stats, just this season,
Yeah.
some of City most fluid games is when Mahrez, Cancel, and Bernard is playing on the right side. Right-sided feel. I mean, normally in the big games, Bernardo floats and go wherever and roam wherever, especially on the defensive line. But if you check the stats with Cancelo and Mahrez playing right, they have a different kind of chemistry when they play. You gotta understand, these are guys who don't give away silly balls. These are guys who pass really good, keep the flow of the game, and going forward. With Cancelo playing right, it's I can't see Mahrez playing a bad game tomorrow. Like, he already have a bad game tomorrow. I'm sorry, but I'm going for Mahrez masterclass.
So I think we're worried about if this was Kyle Walker, we won't worry about Mahrez because we know Kyle Walker can cover, right?
Yeah.
I think the worry is that if this dude does one of these things and goes up here, right, and Vinicius is over here, Diaz is 1v1 problem. So can we get someone to cover for him? The issue is that he's going to be disciplined enough to be able to cover and stay back and play inside here, outside, inside, outside, versus going all the way here and overlapping with Mahrez.
I think that's the thing. I don't think he's going to be doing a lot of overlapping for Cancelo tomorrow. I think he coming in the middle, coming in to be creative. Okay?
So on that, I agree with Mike. I don't think our fullbacks are doing that their usual overlapping and running into
no.
I don't think they're doing that tomorrow.
Everybody coming right at the edge of the 18. If you watch the last game we played against Real Madrid in the first half, if you watch Zinchenko, different from the one of the cross he get in the first 12 minutes, 15 minutes, Zinchenko was right at the edge of the 18-yard box. He's not going towards the corner flag. He just goes right there. You know what I mean? And that was his position. So one time I was looking at the game and I'm like, is Zinchenko playing a number 10? Like, what he doing right there? It's just a positional play that he picks up. And I think the same thing going to apply for Cancelo. Because in Cancelo in that position, going to do what? He can get a shot off if there's a clear-cut shot, or he can make a nice creative pass.
And there's an important thing to note too, guys. If we look at the goal that Fernandinho created, right? He did a little 1-2, went down, and wasn't followed. Right. No one followed him and allowed him to cross the ball. I don't think we're going to be doing a lot of that.
No.
But if Vinicius doesn't track, if Vinicius isn't tracking Cancelo and coming to support, and maybe drifts and wants to stay near the halfway line, we will have to be aware of that. But again, it's putting more pressure because now we're outnumbering them in the final third a bit. So there's going to be it's going to be an amazing chess match to watch. I want to apologize, guys. I got to run real quick. If you guys are still live, I'll jump back in.
Sure. Okay, cool. So let's do so Mahrez on the right, left back. Is it Ake or is it Zinni?
Not a defensive game. Ake need to play.
This is a tough one.
This one, I don't know this.
Yeah, this is difficult. Left back.
I don't know this one.
Their right side is not much of. Is not all that lethal.
Let's do the pros and cons of having Zinni or Ake. Ake is solid defensively. He locks that back down, and he's aggressive on the ball. But Zinni is more offensive. I mean, who do we play, Ake or Zinni at the left back?
I'd play Zinni. I'd play Zinni, man.
Either way.
Ake just went off from an injury against Leeds, and then Pep said after that he had the niggles, man. Like, whenever Pep says anything to do with that, whenever he says that, you know that a player's not feeling good. So don't risk it. It's not worth it, man. Just put Zinchenko left back, because the only thing that worries me with Zinchenko is where is he okay, like, to play, like, with everything going on, like, mentally. That's where, man, like, is he mentally ready? But he's more than capable of dealing with Valverde right wing or Rodrigo. We've seen what he did last season in the PSG semi-final as well. Yeah. Probably got man of the match from in the second leg. So, yeah, man, give him a chance, man. And
I think so too. Yeah. He deserves it.
So Zinni, Laporte, Diaz, Cancelo. Hopefully Walker comes in second half. Rodri, Bernardo, KD, no brainer. Mahrez. And then we come to two out of four people. Is it going to be?
So if they say Mahrez is going to be on the right, which I don't think. I think Mahrez Jesus would be there. Then Jesus would be that the center, the striker, then, and then Foden on the left.
So Sterling drops.
Yeah, you
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
Wow. Contract's coming up, man. He drops. He's going to be dropped again for another Champions League game.
We have Alvarez
Sterling
coming.
not start the final if we make it. I'm sorry.
We have Alvarez coming. If Sterling wants to leave, he's
True.
done a good job. It is what it is. Foden is one of the best players on the team. You got to put him in.
Foden starts easy. Foden is like a KDB. You can't question his position. Like he got to start. Like
you can't drop Jesus based on form. You just can't. You just cannot based on what he's doing.
And then Foden was also brilliant in the game with Atletico Madrid, where he was playing their own game, falling down like, my leg's broken. I can't get up.
Yeah,
I like that.
We're gonna need that. Okay, guys. So this is our 11. The team's 11. The panel we have front three are Foden, Jesus, Mahrez, Bernardo, De Bruyne, Rodri. This is going to be key right here. And the back four
That's the battle. The battle is going to be in the middle.
Right here. Yep. And I think, Ade, what will happen, as you said, is this guy here is going to float in here. He won't be here.
No.
He's going to float in here, and we're going to
got to help out.
Right, we're going to switch to something like this.
Because Madrid was having a game of his life in the last game. So we just got to battle them out. We Cruz, Modric, and Casemiro. It's got to be a battle in the middle. Okay. It's a battle of who wins that ball in the middle and who's able to leak out that pass to his strikers.
Correct. And the good thing I think for City that we're so fluid. These two guys here can float around. This guy can drop in here. He can move out right. Bernardo can move out left. De Bruyne can move here. Literally can move around the whole field. Jesus can move anywhere we can move. I mean, it's literally going to be passing and movement all around the whole field from these guys. I would love to see, but Pep likes balance. He's going to play Kevin here. He's going to play Bernardo here. But Kevin and Foden on the left-hand side, they are just magic. The way they control and move on the left-hand side, overload Carvajal on the left side. I mean, it's just a joy to watch. But guys, this is our lineup. We're going to post it on Twitter. Let's look at the chats real quick and see what we have.
Got some comments.
We got a few chats right here. Patrick Abu says that he's going to definitely press Cancelo to hold it in the halfway line. Yep, that's what he said. Zinchenko at left back, easy. The threat isn't from left wing. Yep. And then Foul says bring on. Ali says bring on Walker.
Definitely. Second half.
Hey, you know what I would like City leading a good 3-2-4-2 and our 3-2-4-3 or whatever, and then they're gonna need goals. You bring on Grealish, I mean, like Grealish take the piss out of them all game for the rest of 20 minutes. Like just give him the ball, cause you gotta kick him down to get it, cause he don't lose the ball so easy.
Yeah, you gotta kick him to get it.
And just to wrap up real quick, guys, we've done this for about 40 minutes now, which is good timing. Just let us know how you feel about this game. Look, guys, this is the second semifinal of the Champions League. We're there. We are there. Top of the league, semifinal of the Champions League. We have to play Atleti twice, Real Madrid probably twice, and hopefully get to the final. We're not playing Inter Milan, Benfica, and Villarreal. We're playing the big boys of Europe. To get there. So win, lose, or draw, we just have to back the team. How do you feel, Mikey and Ade? Vader's gone. Adam and Certified. Real quick, wrap it up.
I have no doubt in the team. Like, I think the game gonna be good. I think it's another high level game. Ecstasy, a lot of end-to-end stuff. I don't think it's gonna be no reserve where you're sitting behind the ball for 20-30. No, I think it's gonna be straight attacking, organized at the back and in the middle. On both teams have top talents, and it's gonna be a good show. I'm not here. This is how I look at it. It's impossible for me to spend £200 or whatever the ticket want to cost to go to a game to go see 0-0 draw at no Champions League. No. Put on a show. This is the UCL. This is where the player's personality come out. You know what I mean? Show, express yourself, show your talent, put on a show for the fans, make your team happy. You know what I mean? Listen, I have a lot of respect for Real Madrid, but what Bernabeu? I don't care about no Bernabeu, fam. This city, this is the team nobody wants to face. Go there and show them why they don't want to face us. Give them a master class. You know what I mean? But otherwise, from that, my prediction, I think City going to win 3-2. That's my scoreline for tomorrow. I think we're going to win 3-2. I'm not going for no draw. No.
Word. Ade?
I think it's going to end 3-1. I think it's 3-1. I think it's going to be a Pep evolution. We're going to see something different from Pep that we usually don't see, which
Okay.
is him always playing the way he knows and tinkering with stuff. He's not going to tinker too much. He's going to play his game, but he's going to have he's going to give his fullback instructions on being mindful and
Yeah.
not, we're not playing Burnley, we're not playing the last place team, and we know what Real Madrid has to do. Real Madrid has to bring the game. They have to try to score because that's the only way they move on. So knowing before the game, they have to try, because they can't just sit back and say, "Oh, we're just going to wait back and counter this team." They can't do
No.
that. They have to try to bring the game to you. We can use that against them, and I think we will use that against them to score goals. They'll probably get a goal. Hopefully not two. I see 3-1, but I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a good game.
I mean, certified coming to you. This Ricky says, on this day in 1998, we were relegated to the third division, and now we're playing in our second semi-final in 2 years. I'm impressed by that. It's magic. I mean, a lot of fans don't understand that. For us, this is magic. This is win, lose, or draw. The fact that you're actually playing on the big stage, certified with all these big boys, is just something else. Certified. What do you think?
From League Two basically to the Bernabeu. That's the best way to say it, man. It's a big thing for the club, man, and it's not even like 98 in third division. Like that's not even 24 years ago. That's nothing, man. So big. It's going to be a big game, but we've won there before. I'm expecting us to win again, and Benzema, I think, is going to be a problem, but I think we'll be able to manage it. I think Benzema will have a few chances. That's why I think we might concede, but I think it'll be, as someone said before, 3-1 strong. I think 3-1, 2-1. I think we'll be comfortable. That right back position, Hamilton Cancelo, is a massive. Even though Vinicius, he did give Reece James some problems. He did give Reece James problems in quarterfinal, but as long as we double up on them, because they don't really go on the right, they're always down the left. So we may as well double up on that position and then see what happens. But I think we've got a lot, like the attacking quality, like Grealish. If he wanted to come on, maybe just to win a few fouls, we've got Sterling, Foden, Mahrez, Jesus is starting to score. So obviously we need that killer up front, but with a thick Kevin De Bruyne. If, as I said the last time, it will be, if we win this match, it will be because of Kevin De Bruyne. If Kevin De Bruyne shows up tomorrow, we're going to win. If he doesn't, then it's going to be difficult. But we need him to show up and get the win.
Adam, real quick, before you go, Adam's back in. Good. I mean, Chelsea went to the Bernabeu and schooled them for 16 years. Is there anything we can take from that game Chelsea played against the Real Madrid and apply to our game? Is there anything in the last 30 minutes that they could have done better that we need to learn from in our game against them tomorrow?
I would say the defensive errors that's what cost them the game, where they were not they were not alert. That's what cost them the game. So they were good going forward, but the problem was defensively they did not defend like how they normally would, as a cohesion, and that's what cost them the game. With it might as probably was due to silly mistakes that made them lose the game, basically.
Yeah, guys, and guys online, thanks for joining us. We're done with the preview show. Hopefully, we do a good review tomorrow or Thursday after the game. For me, I don't know why I'm just hopeful. I just feel somewhat that in my bones that this could be our year, all things being equal. This could be a year where we hopefully get to the final. And coming back to the final again after last year's disappointment, I think these players will be at it. They don't care who they face, whether it's Villarreal today, Villarreal or Liverpool. If we get to the final, I think they'll be ready for this one, all things being equal. So until next time, good luck to the boys. Good luck to Pep. Don't overthink. Just right. Let's see that. Shake our heads and let's be happy with the formation. Let's be happy with what they do. Win, lose, or draw. Until next time, thank you guys for joining and peace out.
All right.